So let me get the mandatory shilling out of the way. And yes, we will discuss the popular topics first. I have several other channels. Please give those a try. I try not to replicate or even do similar content. I like to have each channel have its own identity. I just put up a few things. I will try to put up more things in the future, but I can't lie. This channel is moving fast because there is so much happening. And also, please consider channel memberships to this channel. I will try to upload new content. I just uploaded something a while ago. I just don't do juicy gossip stuff. I do other things, but I do have some secrets to tell. So channel members will get that first. Now let us jump to the thing. And actually, it's two things. One is very sad and very somber. I will save that towards the end, but let us get to the main event, which is the videos are back. And I know this must be very confusing for people just looking at this channel or just even trying to get information, being very confused. Like, what the happened? Just what happened in terms of timeline? Well, actually, someone even asked this. I don't want to highlight them because I respect privacy, but basically they asked, well, wait, when did the videos go down? So Jenna, days ago, put up two devastating videos. One video was detailing Aaron's cheating on her, and apparently there were three cases. It may still be a little confusing. What I think she said is that two cases happened basically together, and she tried to give Aaron another chance, and then he cheated a third time. And Aaron tried to explain, oh, that's because we were broken up. And Jenna's like, no, we were not broken up. We were not broken up, but you still cheated on me. So beyond a certain point, she just got tired of the abuse and the lying and yelling and screaming and not letting her speak. So she put out that video to clarify they are no longer a couple, and she doesn't endorse a lot of what Aaron has been doing for the last few months and maybe even years, because Aaron has been on a rampage for quite a while. And again, I will admit I was a past fan. If you go to what now, a year, 8 months, you will see my comments on his channel. I've not erased a single comment on his channel, and I do sound like a lunatic saying, "Oh my God, Aaron! Oh my God, you're so beautiful! Your videos are amazing! Oh my God, please give me more." So yeah, I'm not gonna lie about my past. I was head over heels, like, "Oh my God, Aaron, you're beautiful." So you will find those comments. So yeah, I mean, I've criticized Jenna for why exactly did you see anything in the guy, but that's after me being disillusioned. I mean, you got to give Aaron this. He's a good huckster. He can sell you a refrigerator into Antarctica, saying, "Oh, give the refrigerator a chance. The penguins will love it. Give it a chance." And then Jenna put up a second video where she went into more details and tried to push back against some criticisms. Well, why are you making this public? Let's keep this private. Keep the focus on anti-Scientology, so on and so forth. And she clarified, listen, I've been online way longer than Aaron. I've have my own history of activism, which is true. She spoke out long before Aaron. I deserve to be here. This is my channel. I'm going to tell my story. If you want more detailed breakdowns, I've done that in the other videos. They're still up. They've only been put up a few days ago. I think the titles are pretty clear about what they are, so you can go there. But I will give links below if you're a little confused. So those are the more detailed breakdowns of those videos. And then they went away. Uh, why they went away is unclear. And I'm pretty sure this is the timeline. Jenna put up the first video. Aaron did respond by saying, I'm not going to respond. Obviously, he didn't like the contents, but he says, I'm not going to make a video response. Then the second video happened. Then Aaron decided to respond. In his own response video, he said that. He said, like, well, I thought about it, and I did say that. I did say, I'm not going to respond, but guess what? I felt differently. Now, there are a lot of curious things about the response. I've already done a detailed breakdown of the response video. I will do more. But basically, the gist was that he felt that certain things were just blatantly untrue. He had to respond, and he knows that he's unpopular and that his words will get twisted. Uh, however, it's better that he is condemned for his own words than words that will be given to him. I will give Aaron one point that there were a lot, and I do mean a lot of critical comments. Even his own fans were really disappointed in the response and were extremely hostile to how he tried to explain the events. And I agree, it was a very robotic non apology, non response, really. He was just saying that there's a lot of things you guys don't know, and Jenna's not the perfect angel she presents herself as. Those may be true. There's a lot of things we don't know, and it may be true Jenna's not perfect, but that doesn't justify your behavior. And doesn't justify this video. And then he took away the video. And there we are. Now, some people were worried that she deleted the videos. That's not what happened. And I know this for a fact because someone on Reddit did say that they commented on her video and the video was made private, right? YouTube gives you that option. It's not a binary. It's not like, oh, the video is up, you can only destroy it. No, you can make it private. But people were worried that she just destroyed the videos and maybe Aaron got to her. No, she didn't destroy the videos. She just made them private. And now let's get to the other bit of news, which may be related, because you wonder why did she bring them back? I'm glad she did. I think it's very important just to have that information out there. But why'd she bring them back? Well, I think it may be related to the tragic passing. Now, again, you can have many criticisms of Rinder. I certainly did. Someone put up a snarky response to one of my older videos like, this didn't age well. I think people misunderstand where I am. I am really just, the best way I can put it is like an independent journalist reporting on these things. I do have relationships with some people here. I won't lie about that, but I am mainly independent, like 90%. I really don't know the vast majority of these people. So let us get to the event. Claire, for a while, was silent for several days. Claire is the head of the Aftermath Foundation. And as she explains in her post, she and Rinder go back a long, long time. I guess you'd have to estimate now. They've known each other roughly nearly 20 years. Not wholly 20 years. Claire and Mark, her husband, escaped Scientology a little before Rinder. It's not much different. And she says that she was even the victim of fair gaming through Mike Rinder. Perhaps it wasn't very long. I would say that's about a year and maybe a few months. I'm sure fair gaming did happen. Like she does have these weird, funny stories about OSA going through their trash and trying to have like these scandalous counter narratives to the abuse that they detailed. But in any case, in 2009, I would suppose they hooked up with one another. They traded a lot of notes and became very close. Aaron came later into the picture. So yes, in terms of the OGs, yes, Claire and Rinder do predate Aaron by almost a decade. I just want to be clear. So Claire details their relationship and the sadness she feels. And I think this is brand new. I don't think she's ever said this. I've only seen a few Claire videos. Again, for the most part, she says the same story over and over again. I think this is a new fact, but I could be wrong. Maybe in one of her videos she did go into this. That she actually met Rinder in the hole. Now, this is YouTube. I cannot get graphic because YouTube is very sensitive about things. But for those who don't know, the hole is basically a slang term for this kind of, there's no nice way of putting it, this kind of torture pit that Miscavige and the other leaders in Scientology created to abuse people. And we're not talking like a few slaps to the face. Like Miscavige is notorious for just grabbing people and being very violent. But this is a whole other level. Really, the only thing you can compare it to is like a Nazi, Soviet, North Korean, Chinese, Indonesian. Yeah, Indonesia for a long time had a gulag as well. It's a very fascinating story about that gulag, which does not get enough attention. So it is comparable, literally to Guantanamo Bay. Can only call it. It is a very weird torture prison space, really, to just decimate people. And apparently Claire and Mike Rinder were there together, and Mike tried to help her out. So again, you can have criticism of Rinder, but he has been through quite a lot. I mean, his trauma is very strong. So again, you can still criticize the man. That is fine. But I did find it alarming that some of his critics, who just made stuff up, kept trying to diminish his time in the hole. And I'm not going to let this person off easily because she did this. She did this in a very mocking, disturbing way. Miriam Francis. Now, Miriam Francis has also experienced incredible amounts of trauma. So I don't understand that, but you'd think you'd have more sympathy, but she did not. And just very mockingly said, "Oh, I'm in a hole. I'm in a hole." He kept saying that. The hole is not a joke. Yeah, we have so many testimonies, so many eyewitnesses, so much confirmation, even from the security chief. This is a real thing. This is a real thing, and it is comparable to those cases. It is shocking that this could happen in America that openly. I mean, we have had those things with Japanese internment camps, and I'm sure we do have those things, but for it to be so blatant is insane, but it did happen. It did happen, and it's shocking. And even more shocking, some people survived it, still stayed in Scientology. But most people, thankfully, came to their senses and like, this is too much. I've got to get out of this. and Rinder was one of them, and Claire, and others. And it's just very, very somber. On a final, I think, happy note, apparently the Claire Bear, which I've called her that without. This is not through Rinder. I just thought it was a meme that everyone knew. I thought it was really organic because Claire's name is Claire. That's her real name, and she is a tough woman. And to give her a lot of points, I mean, I would not do this, and I would not blame her. She didn't talk about Aaron. She didn't talk about Aaron at all. However, if you've known the last couple of years, Aaron has really put out some pretty bizarre accusations about Claire. Again, you can be critical of Claire. I'm critical of Claire. However, some of the things he said are just so bat crazy. You're like, and Claire is not a person to take this lightly. Believe me, she will respond. And I hope she does respond in due time. But, it's nice that she took the high road. But I can sense kind of in her F Scientology a not so subtle dig at Aaron. But it's a very sad message. I encourage people to see it. Now, whether you want to support the aftermath, that is your choice. Rinder has said to please support his family. That is your choice as well. And again, my stance is mainly as a journalist. I'm just looking at these events and reporting it, but I can't deny that a lot of what Rinder said in his final videos has come to pass. Whether it affected Jenna, we don't know. But if it did influence Jenna to keep those videos up, I think that's good. We should know the truth about what Aaron has been up to. It's very horrible truth, but it is true.